Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Quick question. Do you want to speak English faster, starting today? Then this video is for you. Today we'll practice question words, what, where, when, who, why, how, and the most important prepositions in, on, at, to, for, with 100 plus easy questions and answers to help you speak immediately. So get ready, repeat after me, and let's start. Let's go.
What is on the table? What is on the table?
The keys are on the table. The keys are on the table.
What is in your bag? What is in your bag?
My phone is in my bag. My phone is in my bag.
What is at the door? What is at the door?
A package is at the door. A package is at the door.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about my new job. I'm talking about my new job.
What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for the bus. I'm waiting for the bus.
What are you looking for? What are you looking for?
I'm looking for my glasses. I'm looking for my glasses.
What did you learn from this? What did you learn from this?
I learned a lot from this lesson. I learned a lot from this lesson.
What do you need for school? What do you need for school?
I need a notebook for school. I need a notebook for school.
What is this made of? What is this made of?
It is made of wood. It is made of wood.
What happened after the meeting? What happened after the meeting?
We went home after the meeting. We went home after the meeting.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
I am from Syria. I am from Syria.
Where is the bus stop? Where is the bus stop?
It is near the supermarket. It is near the supermarket.
Where do you live? Where do you live?
I live in Minden. I live in Minden.
Where is your jacket? Where is your jacket?
It is on the chair. It is on the chair.
Where is the bathroom? Where is the bathroom?
It is next to the kitchen. It is next to the kitchen.
Where do you go after work? Where do you go after work?
I go to the gym after work. I go to the gym after work.
Where do you study in the evening? Where do you study in the evening?
I study at home in the evening. I study at home in the evening.
Where do you put the milk? Where do you put the milk?
I put it in the fridge. I put it in the fridge.
Where do you meet your friend? Where do you meet your friend?
I meet him at the station. I meet him at the station.
Where is the cat sleeping? Where is the cat sleeping?
It is sleeping under the table. It is sleeping under the table.
When do you wake up? When do you wake up?
I wake up at 7 o'clock. I wake up at 7 o'clock.
When is your class? When is your class?
My class is on Monday. My class is on Monday.
When do you work? When do you work?
I work in the morning. I work in the morning.
When do you eat dinner? When do you eat dinner?
I eat dinner in the evening. I eat dinner in the evening.
When do you go to the doctor? When do you go to the doctor?
I go to the doctor in the afternoon. I go to the doctor in the afternoon.
When do you leave home? When do you leave home?
I leave home at 8:30. I leave home at 8:30.
When do you travel? When do you travel?
I travel in summer. I travel in summer.
When do you call your family? When do you call your family?
I call them after work. I call them after work.
When do you study English? When do you study English?
I study English on weekends. I study English on weekends.
When do you pay the rent? When do you pay the rent?
I pay it at the start of the month. I pay it at the start of the month.
Who is at the window? Who is at the window?
My brother is at the window. My brother is at the window.
Who are you with today? Who are you with today?
I'm with my friend today. I'm with my friend today.
Who do you live with? Who do you live with?
I live with my family. I live with my family.
Who do you talk to at work? Who do you talk to at work?
I talk to my manager at work. I talk to my manager at work.
Who is this gift for? Who is this gift for?
This gift is for my mother. This gift is for my mother.
Who do you learn English from? Who do you learn English from?
I learn English from YouTube videos. I learn English from YouTube videos.
Who do you sit next to in class? Who do you sit next to in class?
I sit next to Ali in class. I sit next to Ali in class.
Who do you go to the park with? Who do you go to the park with?
I go with my kids. I go with my kids.
Who is responsible for this? Who is responsible for this?
Sarah is responsible for this. Sarah is responsible for this.
Who do you work for? Who do you work for?
I work for a small company. I work for a small company.
Why are you at home today? Why are you at home today?
I'm at home because of the weather. I'm at home because of the weather.
Why are you late for class? Why are you late for class?
I'm late because of traffic. I'm late because of traffic.
Why do you go to the gym? Why do you go to the gym?
I go to the gym for my health. I go to the gym for my health.
Why do you study English? Why do you study English?
I study English for work. I study English for work.
Why are you happy today? Why are you happy today?
I'm happy about the good news. I'm happy about the good news.
Why do you need this document? Why do you need this document?
I need it for the appointment. I need it for the appointment.
Why is the baby crying? Why is the baby crying?
She is crying because of hunger. She is crying because of hunger.
Why do you stay in Germany? Why do you stay in Germany?
I stay in Germany for my family. I stay in Germany for my family.
Why are you worried about it? Why are you worried about it?
I'm worried about the exam. I'm worried about the exam.
Why do you wait outside? Why do you wait outside?
I wait outside for the bus. I wait outside for the bus.
How do you go to work? How do you go to work?
I go to work by bus. I go to work by bus.
How do you feel today? How do you feel today?
I feel well after my walk. I feel well after my walk.
How do you learn new words? How do you learn new words?
I learn them with flashcards. I learn them with flashcards.
How do you pay for it? How do you pay for it?
I pay by card. I pay by card.
How do you speak with customers? How do you speak with customers?
I speak with them politely. I speak with them politely.
How do you get to the station? How do you get to the station?
I walk to the station. I walk to the station.
How do you write it in English? How do you write it in English?
You write it in simple English. You write it in simple English.
How do you cook this dish? How do you cook this dish?
I cook it with onions and rice. I cook it with onions and rice.
How do you stay calm in traffic? How do you stay calm in traffic?
I stay calm by listening to music. I stay calm by listening to music.
How do you improve your pronunciation? How do you improve your pronunciation?
I improve it through daily practice. I improve it through daily practice.
Which one is for me? Which one is for me?
The blue one is for you. The blue one is for you.
Which bus goes to the city center? Which bus goes to the city center?
Bus 5 goes to the city center. Bus 5 goes to the city center.
Which day works for you? Which day works for you?
Tuesday works for me. Tuesday works for me.
Which room is for guests? Which room is for guests?
This room is for guests. This room is for guests.
Which book is about travel? Which book is about travel?
This book is about travel. This book is about travel.
Which seat is next to the window? Which seat is next to the window?
Seat 12 is next to the window. Seat 12 is next to the window.
Which key is for the door? Which key is for the door?
The small key is for the door. The small key is for the door.
Which app do you use for learning? Which app do you use for learning?
I use this app for English. I use this app for English.
Which train goes from Berlin to Hamburg? Which train goes from Berlin to Hamburg?
The IC goes from Berlin to Hamburg. The IC goes from Berlin to Hamburg.
Which jacket is in your size? Which jacket is in your size?
The black jacket is in your size. The black jacket is in your size.
Whose bag is on the chair? Whose bag is on the chair?
It is Sarah's bag on the chair. It is Sarah's bag on the chair.
Whose phone is on the table? Whose phone is on the table?
It is my phone on the table. It is my phone on the table.
Whose keys are in the car? Whose keys are in the car?
His keys are in the car. His keys are in the car.
Whose book is in your hand? Whose book is in your hand?
It's Ali's book in my hand. It's Ali's book in my hand.
Whose shoes are under the bed? Whose shoes are under the bed?
They are my shoes under the bed. They are my shoes under the bed.
Whose coat is on the hook? Whose coat is on the hook?
It is my coat on the hook. It is my coat on the hook.
Whose name is on the list? Whose name is on the list?
My name is on the list. My name is on the list.
Whose wallet is in the drawer? Whose wallet is in the drawer?
It is my wallet in the drawer. It is my wallet in the drawer.
Whose car is in front of the house? Whose car is in front of the house?
It's our car in front of the house. It's our car in front of the house.
Whose cup is next to mine? Whose cup is next to mine?
It's his cup next to yours. It's his cup next to yours.
How many books are on the shelf? How many books are on the shelf?
There are 10 books on the shelf. There are 10 books on the shelf.
How many people are in the room? How many people are in the room?
5 people are in the room. 5 people are in the room.
How many minutes are left before the class? How many minutes are left before the class?
10 minutes are left before the class. 10 minutes are left before the class.
How many days are in a week? How many days are in a week?
There are 7 days in a week. There are 7 days in a week.
How many cups of water do you drink? How many cups of water do you drink?
I drink 2 cups of water per day. I drink 2 cups of water per day.
How many emails do you get at work? How many emails do you get at work?
I get many emails at work. I get many emails at work.
How many stops are on this line? How many stops are on this line?
There are 8 stops on this line. There are 8 stops on this line.
How many lessons are in this course? How many lessons are in this course?
There are 30 lessons in this course. There are 30 lessons in this course.
How many hours do you sleep at night? How many hours do you sleep at night?
I sleep 7 hours at night. I sleep 7 hours at night.
How many tickets are for the concert? How many tickets are for the concert?
2 tickets are for the concert. 2 tickets are for the concert.
How much is the coffee? How much is the coffee?
It is 2 euros at this cafe. It is 2 euros at this cafe.
How much time do you need for this? How much time do you need for this?
I need 10 minutes for this. I need 10 minutes for this.
How much money do you spend on food? How much money do you spend on food?
I spend 50 euros on food. I spend 50 euros on food.
How much sugar is in the tea? How much sugar is in the tea?
There is a little sugar in the tea. There is a little sugar in the tea.
How much water is in the bottle? How much water is in the bottle?
There is water in the bottle. There is water in the bottle.
How much does it cost per month? How much does it cost per month?
It costs 20 euros per month. It costs 20 euros per month.
How much help do you need with this? How much help do you need with this?
I need help with this task. I need help with this task.
How much is the rent in your city? How much is the rent in your city?
The rent is high in my city. The rent is high in my city.
How much bread do we have at home? How much bread do we have at home?
We have some bread at home. We have some bread at home.
How much is left in the fridge? How much is left in the fridge?
There is little food in the fridge. There is little food in the fridge.
How long do you stay at work? How long do you stay at work?
I stay at work for 8 hours. I stay at work for 8 hours.
How long is the break at school? How long is the break at school?
The break is 15 minutes at school. The break is 15 minutes at school.
How long does it take to get there? How long does it take to get there?
It takes 20 minutes to get there. It takes 20 minutes to get there.
How long do you wait for the bus? How long do you wait for the bus?
I wait for 5 minutes. I wait for 5 minutes.
How long do you study in the evening? How long do you study in the evening?
I study for 1 hour in the evening. I study for 1 hour in the evening.
How long is the movie on TV? How long is the movie on TV?
It is 2 hours on TV. It is 2 hours on TV.
How long have you lived in Germany? How long have you lived in Germany?
I have lived in Germany since 2020. I have lived in Germany since 2020.
How long do you talk on the phone? How long do you talk on the phone?
I talk on the phone for 10 minutes. I talk on the phone for 10 minutes.
How long is the line at the office? How long is the line at the office?
The line is long at the office. The line is long at the office.
How long do you practice with this app? How long do you practice with this app?
I practice with this app for 15 minutes. I practice with this app for 15 minutes.
How often do you go to the gym? How often do you go to the gym?
I go to the gym twice a week. I go to the gym on Mondays and Thursdays.
How often do you study English at home? How often do you study English at home?
I study English at home every day. I study English at home every day.
How often do you meet your friends? How often do you meet your friends?
I meet them on weekends. I meet them on weekends.
How often do you eat out? How often do you eat out?
I eat out once a month. I eat out at a restaurant.
How often do you travel to Berlin? How often do you travel to Berlin?
I travel to Berlin in summer. I travel to Berlin in summer.
How often do you practice with a partner? How often do you practice with a partner?
I practice with a partner weekly. I practice with a partner weekly.
How often do you watch videos for learning? How often do you watch videos for learning?
I watch videos for learning daily. I watch videos for learning daily.
How often do you call your parents? How often do you call your parents?
I call them in the evening. I call them in the evening.
How often do you write in English? How often do you write in English?
I write in English every day. I write in English every day.
How often do you review your notes? How often do you review your notes?
I review my notes before the lesson. I review my notes before the lesson.